welcome. It's me, Marls 44. We're going to another Cardfight Vanguard. Cardfight area, deck profile. Today's deck profile, we have the Angel Feather Stride deck. Because, you know, I really don't know what to make off of this. A little punchline I could do it like I always do. Anyways, Angel Feather Stride, Black Shiver Gavrail. So Angel Feathers, you know, got G-Break support and stuff a little while ago, and I finally got to this deck profile. It's a pretty strong deck. It doesn't keep up with the top decks, but it's still Angel Feather doing what they always do, you know, being pretty consistent, pretty strong, and, you know, still being a threatening deck that you should never look away from. So yeah, we'll jump into the deck profile. Right before we do, I will say quickly, I have ordered some cards, so hopefully next week you will be getting, next week and the week after, you will be getting 2 Oracle Think Tank deck profiles, hopefully. With the new Stride stuff for, you know, Coco and Susano, 2 separate decks, so that'll be awesome. Anyways, our starter, Black Candle, Azrail. What she does is G-Break 1, Candleless 1, put in your soul, put the top card of your deck, face up into your damage zone, choose a card from your damage zone, and put it in your hand. So, yeah, pretty standard for Angel Feather stuff. She's basically just a setup for some of your cards to just get a lot of power and all that, so that's pretty much what she's here for, but it's always what starters do, aren't they? Anyways, and then grade 3s for Black Shiver Gavrail. What she does is G-Break 2. When a card is put in your damage zone, until end of turn, this unit gets continuous Vanguard. All of your units in your front row get plus 2k. That's not too bad. And it can stack. And then its other skill is Candleless 1. During your turn, when your G unit stride, you pay the cost of you. Look at the top 3 cards from the top of your deck. Search for a card among them. Put it face up in your damage zone. Put the rest of the cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. Choose a face up card from your damage zone. Call it to rear guard, and that unit gets power plus 2,000 until end of the turn. So that's not too bad. It's a free switch. You know, cards can get power ups, power things up, power themselves up, and, you know, free little Angel Feather switch, and it gets 2k, so that's not too bad. And its normal skill is pretty good. This card is pretty decent. It's pretty good. Puts on a lot of pressure with both of its skills. You know, with the power-ups that can stack of all your front rows to the, which is honestly like Shameseal. Shameseal, was it? I believe it's her. That like gives all 3, you know, plus 2k. I swear there's somebody like that. I don't know. I might be wrong though. Anyways, so that could be pretty threatening if you combo off of it and get it stacked. And then the other one's pretty good because it can help you stack other stuff when you stride, because stuff will still stack, like with plus 2k powers. And then also it's a, you know, a switch that sets that up, and it also gets 2k. So pretty solid. All right, and then we have 4 Holy Edge Celestial. Madew? I don't know how to say that. Sorry. Her Legion Mate is Overdose Celestial. M's model. I don't understand how to say these names. Oh my god. She's really good because she basically does the same type of stuff that Gabriel does. I think the only thing she doesn't do is switch cards, but she gives quite a bit of power-ups. She's not too bad for actually finishing games too. To ride on her later in the game, she's not too bad for that. But it's not too bad to stick on Gabriel too, because both of them can do their work with the power-ups. So whether it's Legion or Stride or just standard. Anyways, what she does is during your turn, if this unit is Legion, all your units in the front row get power plus 2,000. Then if you have a face-up card in your damage zone with the same name as a unit on your Vanguard circle, all your units in the front row get plus 2,000. So essentially, you could just give all your units in the front row plus 4, not too bad. And what she also does is when this unit attacks a Vanguard, if another unit is in the center column, this unit gets plus 3k until end of battle. So you know she gets an extra plus 3 on top of the 4 if you have all that. So a good extra 7k, and you'd be at 27 without a boost. So pretty good. 27 without a boost, yeah. Oops. Whoa. My mouse just moved by accident, sorry. So, yeah, she's just a really solid back Vanguard, and, you know, does the same type of stuff that Gavrail does with power-ups. The only difference is she doesn't stack, and she can't switch stuff, but, you know, you have other things to switch things, and the Legion does help out sometimes. Because if it does go too far into the game, it's possible you could deck out, so the Legion helps save you from that too. So, and then onto our grade 2s, we have 4 Nurse of Broken Heart. What she does is G-Break 1. When a card is put in your damage zone, choose one of your Vanguards, and this unit gets power plus 2000 until end of turn. So she's really good because she could just boost herself and boost your Vanguard, and it stacks. So, you know, if you have a few switches, they could both get, like, I don't know, 6k. So she'll be at 15, your Vanguard will have an extra 6, and, you know, with some other stuff, it can stack pretty high. So, yeah, she's just a really great card, and you gotta play 4 of her. Like, no less, man. And then we have 3, Black Slice Harut. What she does is G-Break 1. Counterbalance 1. When this unit attacks Vanguard, if it's boosted, you may pay the cost. If you do, look at 2 cards from the top of your deck, search for one from among them, put a face-up in your damage zone, put the rest on the bottom of your deck. Choose a face-up card from your damage zone and call it to rear guard. So she just, like, you know, continues that setup for you as well. She's pretty good with that. I'm not running more than 3 of her because the other cards I'm running are pretty important too. So I would run 4, but you know there are other cards I need, and then because I'm using the Legion too, I need a couple of the Legion mates, and the Legion mates aren't bad as well. So yeah. Anyways, we're also running 2 Love Machine Gun Nociel. She's pretty good for switching cards, you know, in your hand. A lot of the cards in this deck, you know, you search for a top card and then you put it there, and then you call it. So she's pretty handy to just, you know, take it from your hand there. She is AK, and it's only when you call her, so you intercept right away. She's just really good for helping for those little setups. And I know it seems like a weird card, but she actually does work really, really well with the deck. You know, cleaning up stuff you don't want in your hand, putting it there, setting up a card for your Legion as well. Because most of the stuff is coming from your deck. You do search, you know, for the top of the cards, but, you know, it'll just help you get what you want into your hand, clean up your hand, you know, get what you don't want in your hand in the damage zone, and she's just another little tool of doing the same thing. I mean, there's really your grade 2s mostly are cards that are switching cards from the damage zone, and like taking them out, putting something in, taking them out. So all your grade 2s are pretty much based around that, except for the card that gives you itself +2 and the Vanguard +2. This one. So yeah, she's just pretty handy for that. You know, 1 card a game, doing what you need to do with her. That's part of the reason, you know, I have 3 Harut, or else I'd probably have 3. If I didn't run the Legion, I'd probably have like 3 Nociel, maybe, but definitely 4 Harut. Anyways, we got 2 Overdose Celestial Asmodel. This card's pretty handy too. You know, being the Legion mate, but what it does is kind of this one. Put it in your damage zone. When this unit attacks a Vanguard. Hits a Vanguard, sorry. You may pay the cost. If you do, choose a face-up card, not name this card, from your damage zone, call to rear guard, circle. So she's pretty handy because she puts on some, like, hitting pressure, kind of forcing your opponent to guard, which is another reason, you know, this card's pretty good as well. And she does do that switch. She basically gets you another extra attack, which is nice too. And really, that's why you got to play 2 of them as well. I mean, it's not too hard with the Legion, but 2 is pretty good because she does put on a bit of pressure. So it really does work well with this lineup, as weird as it does kind of seem. Yeah. Anyways, moving on to our grade 1s. 4 perfect guards, unflipping. Unflipping for perfect guards. So your black record. Black record Israfil. And then we have 4 of your stride enablers for black hull Nakir. 4 of these because you normally don't Legion unless it's at the end of the game, so you're gonna need 4 of these. And then we have 4 Thousand Ray Pegasus, so your grade 1s, that'll get the power up. So you have a grade 2 that gets power ups, you have a grade 1 that gets power ups, and then also your grade 2 power ups, your Vanguard, and then depending on which Vanguard you have, front row power ups or front row stack power ups, or Superior Call something with a little bit of a power up. So quite a bit of +2 power ups that'll definitely add up over time, as Angel Feather always does. Just awesome card. Gotta play 4 of this. And then we have 2 Battle Cupid Nociel. So this card's pretty handy. It does help stack a little. It could save your rear guards with that little +2 if they get them, and save your Vanguard with the switch too, depending on who you have. And she's also really good for just helping set up cards in your hand. You only want to run 2, like that's it. She's just good for helping you set up a little bit in your hand as well with Nociel. But yeah, you only need 2 because you have the 2 Nociel, like the grade 2 one, and you have the 2 grade 1 one. So it's pretty. You'll get 1 of each per game, so you'll be able to use it twice. That type of skill twice. And one's on your opponent's turn where you can be more defensive with it. With the power-ups, and one's on your turn where you can be more aggressive with it. And I mean, they both just help you set up and fix what you don't want in your hand, and it could save you because you could get more shield too. So 2 of these, no more, no less, really. And then we have 4 critical hit Angel and 4 punishment Celestial Samyaza, so 8 crit, and then 4 Celestial landing Pegasus, 4 draw, and 4 Sunny Smile Angel, 4 heal. So 8 crit, 4 draw, 4 heal. You could play 7 crit, 5 draw, 4 heal if you really feel like you need the draw. But honestly, I find you don't. Because of just, what you're able to do, how you're able to clean up your hand and stuff. And I find you need that little bit more pressure with the standard 8 crit, 4 draw, 4 heal lineup. Anyways, moving on to our stride units, we've got 4, mouse, what are you doing? 4 Holy Seraph Raphael. What she does is G-Break 2. Choose a face-down card, name this card from your G-Zone, turn it face up, choose a card from your damage zone and heal it. So, she's really strong. She just basically, you stride her second, she's your second stride, and then you basically kind of just heal damage for the next 2 strides, which is super awesome. Like, the only other card that did something like that was, some really, really old cards that was like Soul Blast 5 or Persona Blast, Counter Blast 2, like those type of cards. But this is just, G-Break 2, unflip this, you get to heal something. And especially with how much pressure some decks put on, this is definitely a really good card. So, for these babies, then we got, wrong card. 1 Holy Seraph Raziel. What he does is Soul Blast 2. When this card is placed on Vanguard, you can pay the cost. If you do, put all cards in your damage zone into your deck, shuffle your deck, and for each card returned this way, put a card from the top of your deck into your damage zone face up. So basically, you can basically set up like your damage zone all face up. Again, to use Counterblast. But this card's really good like later on in the game. in case, you know, as I said, if you're ever close to decking out and you can't Legion, you can Soul Blast 2 to Legion next turn. And then there's also what it does is just, like, you know, help you recycle any triggers that were maybe there or whatever, and just help you reset your damage. And honestly, it also is quite a powerhouse card too, because with the, you know, resetting the whole damage thing, if you're at 5, that's 5 cards put into your Jammer Zone. That all your cards that get the +2, it's just gonna stack right there. So that's pretty scary, honestly. Yeah, so you can run 2 if you'd like. I'm only running 1 because I also run a Blizza, and I find if I cannot finish it with this card, you know, I might not have enough soul most of the time, so then I just resort to using Blizza the next turn. But if you feel that you find that, you know, you can use a bit more soul, and you can use it a second time, because Soul Blast 2 isn't too bad, like, you know, if you read the Legion or whatever and do it again, go ahead and run 2. There's another card I play that you could take out instead. But yeah, so one of these guys for me. And we also have one Holy Seraph Uriel. What it does is when this unit attack hits a Vanguard, look top 3 cards from top of the deck, search one card from among them, put it face up in your damage zone, shuffle your deck. If you put a card in your damage zone this way, choose a face up grade 2 or less card from your damage zone, call it to rearguard, and it gets +2k until end of the turn. So it's just a free superior call extra attack. Your starting stride unit, basically one of those. Then we have one Rain Element Madew. So what this card does is when it's placed on Vanguard, if you have a heart card with the original power of 10,000 or less, choose a grade 3 card from your drop zone, put it in your hand. So this card's pretty nice, just because if you have to start off with like the Legion or whatever, when you stride this card, you know, you get to pick between. So you could pick the 9k, and then you get to add a card back to your hand. Of course, your stride loses 2k power, but normally the 2k power doesn't make that big of a difference compared to adding a card back to your hand, especially if it's like a 10k shield or something, or maybe even something else to just stride again, honestly. So that's honestly pretty handy, and can definitely come in handy. If you don't want to remove Blizza, you can remove this card and play another one of the Raziel. So it's depending on what your preference is. I like running one of all of them pretty much. And then your last card is one Snow Element Blizza, game finisher. As I said, you don't have to run this. You can run one Raziel instead. Raziel. So, you know, this card or the Rain Element, you can get rid of one of either or to run another one of Raziel. His name's actually Raziel. I don't know why I said Raziel. Look at him. Anyways, that's about it for this deck profile, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. I'll see you guys next time. If you guys want to see more videos from me, on the left, there are Let's Play videos, so you can go check those out. And if you're not up for those, on the right, there are Cardfight Vanguard videos, so you can go and check those out. And if you're still not up for those, I have Smash Bros, Pokemon, and tons more side series on my channel. Also down below is my Smash Tourney channel, where we do Smash Tourneys, Salty Sweets, and more. And don't forget to check out my sites at the top there. That's it, and I hope you all enjoy.